forgot about that.
What's up, everybody? Mike here, baseball collector, and we're doing a little live, just hanging out with Ray from Philly. What's up, Ray?
What's going on?
Well, we're just going to hang out tonight and shoot the bull, see if anybody wants to join us. What do you think?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Probably nobody. But anyway, we're going to do it anyway. So, got the comments up over here on my computer. Ray and I can follow along. If you guys want to ask any questions, knock yourself out. We'd love to hear from you. So, Ray, what's going on with you, man?
Nothing, man. I'm just upset the Phillies didn't get Manny Machado.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. The Dodgers finished the deal. Who'd the Dodgers give up? I haven't seen that yet. Who the Dodgers gave up?
I think a lot of prospects.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dodgers supposedly had the ranking, according to Baseball Prospectus, had the fourth best farm system, so they had a lot of prospects. But to me, that's a very costly thing to do when they're having really no intentions of re-signing him, because they have Corey Seager at shortstop. So that's an expensive 2-month rental to win a World Series. But, you know, that just hopes that maybe the Phillies will sign him in the offseason.
Yeah. What's up, Raiders Nation? MikeO, Wildcat72, John Wright. Hey, MikeO, what day are you? I saw your video today where you were talking about the National and getting video ideas from everybody. I think that's awesome. What day are you going to the National, Mike? So put that down. I'll be there Wednesday through Sunday. Ray, when are you going to the National?
I will be there in 2020 on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday in Atlantic City, New Jersey. We have 780 days left to go.
780 days. Oh my gosh. That's too long, dude. Too long. No, we could shoot the bull with MikeO too. We could add MikeO and do a triple shoot the bull, since you're not going to the National.
That's fine by me.
All right, let me see if I can call him. Mike, I'm calling you. Hang on. Let's see what he does. Let's see if he actually answers. You know, he doesn't typically like to talk to me because I'm so mean. Oh, there it is ringing. Let's see. Let's see.
Hello.
You want to hang with us?
I don't know. Maybe in Atlantic City in 2020.
No doubt, with Ray. So now it's shooting the bull with Ray from Philly and MikeO. Look at this.
We're doing it, right? It was perfect. Like, the lighting was perfect. Then suddenly a cloud just moved out of the way, and this beam of light came onto, like, the side of my face, and I kept going with it. And then eventually I'm like, this is just brutal. I look like Two-Face from freaking Batman or something. So we did it a few minutes later.
I have too many cards in the beast over here.
You can send us some if you want, if there's too many.
Yeah, it's true.
I'll take the, if you have a Hank Aaron rookie or Ernie Banks.
You know I don't have a Hank Aaron rookie.
Do you have a 1986 Topps Goose Gossage?
No, I don't. Check it out, Mike. There's my same card you got. Mine's numbered to 97. Is that what yours is numbered to?
Let me look at it real quick. I already forget. I feel like it was more than that, but...
Yeah, dude, my number one card, I'm going to try to get it at the National, is the Hank Aaron rookie. Slab.
Yeah, 38 of 97. 38 of 97.
I'm 37 of 97. That's pretty crazy. Tomorrow, Dave's coming over. We're going to hang out.
I remember you saying such a thing.
Yeah, we're going to talk the National tomorrow.
I think in one of your videos. Do you know who Dave is going to be rooming with?
MikeO, from what I heard.
That's what I understood. And at least I hope that's accurate. Otherwise, you know, the pavement outside the National might not be too comfortable.
That's what he told me. Was he was rooming with you? So you're
Oh,
going
yeah.
Thursday through basically through Saturday, right?
Yeah, basically, as of now, my plan is to leave earlier Sunday to make the travel home. So we'll see. Last year, went to the show on Sunday, even though it was only for an hour or two, just to kind of hang out for one last second, meet up with some people. Don't know that that'll be happening again, but get a couple full days in, so that'll be fun.
Very cool. Yeah, I'll be there Wednesday, so I'll be already there when you get there. So Ray won't be there. Poor Ray.
I'll be living vicariously through all the videos.
Yeah, we're gonna be shooting the piss out of this thing. Go ahead, Mike. What were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say Ray will be dominating on these shows this late summer and fall. He'll be all over the tri-state area.
You'll be seeing a lot of Ray in New York City and White Plains and.
But I gotta say, I know Ray is eagerly anticipating the Philly show in May or in September.
It's a tremendous lineup.
Ray was telling me today, you know, he's been eagerly anticipating the signer list for the Philly show, and he was so excited today. He's sending me message after message. He's like, I can't believe it. Bobby Shantz is signing for the 897th time at the Philly show. I'm so excited to be able to, you know, continue to rack up the Bobby Shantz autograph collection. So,
yeah,
that.
The Philly show is quite the spectacle of Philadelphia retired athletes that they keep bringing in for 500,000 times.
They just keep
Maxie
recycling
Bond,
them.
Bill Berge. God forbid they bring in a National Hall of Fame type player like a Bench or a Brooks Robinson. It's retired Phillies and retired Eagles players from the 50s that are not even Hall of Famers, some of them, for most of them. It's pathetic. Speaking of the Hall of Fame, next Sunday's the Hall of Fame induction in baseball.
It is. Which is weird. It's weird they're doing it the same. I guess it's always right before the National, isn't it? Usually.
Yeah. Well, last year it was the same weekend, which I thought kind of maybe hurt attendance for the National because a lot of the autograph signers at the National last year, the Cooperstown does a huge autograph signing. MAB Celebrity sponsors it and does it. So, you know, they have 20, 30 guys at the Hall of Fame signing, but the National, you know, probably lost out on guys like Yellen and, you know, some of the Hall of Famers and George Brett because they were in Cooperstown. So, but this year, you know, it's the week before, so that should be better for the National.
We got what?
Is that why Pedro Martinez? I remember last year he canceled. He was supposed to be at the National. I wonder if he was.
He was in Cooperstown, yeah. Randy Johnson was in Cooperstown. George Brett. So MAB does a huge signing at the hotel there in Cooperstown. So, you know, those guys are going to go to Cooperstown first over the National. You know, this year it should be much better for the National because Cooperstown's a week later.
What do we got? Jack Morris, Alan Trammell,
Jim
Tomey, great Philly,
Vladimir Guerrero,
great Texas Ranger,
Trevor Hoffman.
That's right. So that's it, I think. 5 guys. Oh, Chipper. That's right, Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones, 6 guys. Yeah.
Larry Wayne.
I love it, actually. I love recognizing these great players. None of them just scream to me that they don't deserve to be in. I wouldn't say Jack Morris and Alan Trammell have the best cases I've ever heard, but Chipper's for sure, right? Vlad Guerrero for sure. Trevor Hoffman has what, the second most saves all time?
Yeah, next to Mariano. Yeah.
For a terrible team that he played for most of his career on the Padres, right? So,
Right.
what about you, Mike? How do you feel about all the guys getting in?
They're the 6 worst players in baseball history. Yeah, obviously Chipper Jones was he was an absolute lock. I think Tommy was a lock.
Oh yeah, Tommy for sure.
I mean, I don't know. I was never a huge Hoffman fan, but the numbers don't really lie overall. So you rack up that many saves, you're obviously going to get in at a certain point. Veterans Committee guys, they eventually got in. I think they're the 2 that most people kind of are a little iffy on. I feel as if I've heard a lot of people who are kind of like Alan Trammell. So
that's the one that I had the biggest problem with is Alan Trammell. I mean, he is just. Really, I don't have a problem with anybody else. Alan Trammell is so borderline. It's not even funny. Very basic numbers.
Here's a good question for y'all. Who is the best player that's not yet eligible, so it doesn't count Mariano or Jeter or anybody? Who's the best player that's not eligible, or that is eligible to be in, that's not in the Hall of Fame? Who's the best
Pete
one?
Rose.
Ah, good answer. He's not eligible, technically, I guess. So,
there you go, Ray.
So who of the eligible players, because Joe Jackson's not eligible either, but he should be a Hall of Famer. So who should be in that's not? Who's the best one of those not in the Hall of Famers?
Talent-wise, probably have to go with Mr. Bonds.
Yep, Barry Bonds. I would say
on-base
Barry.
percentage, the
Clemens,
the base running.
Roger Clemens.
Ray, you and I were talking about it the other night. Best player I've ever seen in my lifetime.
Oh, without a doubt.
Is Barry Bonds. Period. Paragraph.
Yeah.
Ken Griffey Jr. would be probably second on my list of best players I've ever seen play. But hands down, Barry Bonds. Tops 85 401.
Yeah,
Nate will love us saying that. Hey, did y'all hear Nate's not going to the National? That sucks.
Yeah, I'm aware. Obviously he's going through a lot, and it got to a certain point where early on process I kind of stopped expecting him to go. I was hoping he would go selfishly. Was very lucky to get to spend a lot of time with Nate last year, and just an awesome guy. Had an absolute blast hanging out with Nate. So selfishly, I would love to see him out there, but I know the timing just isn't right. So it's disappointing, but perhaps in the future in Chicago or in
Atlantic City
or
2020.
wherever it might be in the future. We'll see.
What about Aaron Davis? Is he going?
Good question. I know a while ago I didn't think he was going unless Nate went, but I don't know that to be true. I have not for a while. I've tried a few times to contact him, but I haven't heard from him.
Mike, who are you looking forward to meeting the most? Besides me.
Well, he's already met me quite a few times, so.
I mean, but you're not going to be there, so.
Well, who is it, Mike?
I don't know, man. I'm excited for the entire thing. It's a lot of fun, but I tell people this all the time, and I don't know I've been really bad with keeping track of who's actually going. Obviously, I know a few of the people who are going, but I mean, I've tried to put it this way, and I think I meant to say this in my video from like last week, and I forgot about it. Like, if you're talking to some random friend of yours or whoever, someone in your family, they're going to think you're insane, first of all, for traveling more than 10 minutes away to go to a baseball card show and a memorabilia show. Most people are going to think you're nuts. And then when they find out you're going to hang out with strangers from across the country, they're going to think you're clinically insane. But the thing is that, and it's weird because in the last few, and you can sit there and think to yourself, like, what is this going to be? And like? Is this going to be awkward? Is it going to be weird? What's it going to be like? And I tell people, it's just like you're hanging out with people you've known your whole life, like people you went to either high school or college with, that you're reuniting with, and like after a few seconds it just clicks and you feel they're people that you've known forever. You know, you've been watching people's videos for sometimes years, and you talk to people and interacted with people, so you just click, and it's weird. It's a real experience. So to me, hanging out and meeting up with people is what it's all about. And I know there's going to be a bunch of new people, I'm sure, that I'll have the pleasure of meeting. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Same here.
Including someone who collects baseball. But they are a baseball card collector, but they're not named baseball card collector.
Just baseball.
And it's baseball collector, not baseball card collector.
That's right. Yeah, I can't wait to meet all these people that, because my last national was 14 when it was in Cleveland, and I didn't go 15, 16, 17. So basically, since I've really been on YouTube and involved in the community, I haven't been, and I'm stuck down here in hot ass Texas. So the only person I've met from YouTube is Dave. He came over once before, and he's coming over again tomorrow. But you know, it's going to be really, really fun to put really not just names with faces, although there's a lot of guys that like Nuff Said Cards. You know, did you see his video where he put a piece of paper over his face? And I was like, well, dude, how am I going to know you at National? And we were emailing back and forth, and he said, we'll hook up. We'll get together. So just people like that I don't even know what they look like really. And it'll be fun. So,
and don't forget the YouTube Hall of Fame stuff that you're supposed to bring.
I got it right here. Hold on. There's your patches right there. Mike, you're gonna get.
How much are you charging Ray for shipping?
Actually, Mike, I'm gonna give you Ray's. Seriously, I'm gonna give you Ray's, and then you can hand it to him. You can be the presenter of that. But you know, Silver Jackify is going. Wilkie.
When's Joe going out?
When's Joe going out? I think he's going out Friday.
Because I remember. I remember your when you talked to him the other time, he was going to go on the weekend, and then you mentioned you weren't going to be there on the weekend. So I didn't know if he changed that.
Yeah, I don't know that he changed it to see me. I don't know why he would do something stupid like that. But Nolan's going, Fabian's going. I think Fabian's going. So, lots of great guys.
He should be going. He should certainly be going.
I have a little.
There may be a carpool situation, so we'll see.
I have a little breaking news. Before I give you the breaking news, but Ed's going too, right? Wesker Griff?
He is going.
Okay. See, we're gonna have a blast. Garrett comes back on Saturday. He's coming home Saturday.
I'd seen something. I don't know if he said something in the comment or something. He had mentioned if he had known something ahead of time, he would be doing something. He'd be going out, but found out too late.
Yeah, his deployment is ending like 3 months early, and he'll be home Saturday. By the way, guys, we're talking about a guy named Card Cutter, and if you're relatively new to YouTube and you haven't watched Garrett's channel, it's called Card Cutter. I think everybody on the phone would agree that you should go watch some of his videos. It's awesome. But I talked to his wife Tiffany the other day, and she said, hey, give me a call. So, I mean, I've known for a little while, I just couldn't remember the date. I knew he was coming home early, but he's not going to be able to go to National, even though he's coming home early. But pretty cool that he's going to get back into the community here soon. We've missed him. So,
cool.
Mike, when you go to the National, I know you mentioned in a video that you just hang out and it's not as much about the cards. Honestly, for me, and I'm asking your opinion as a guy who's gone as a YouTuber, that do I I'm nervous about. I'm there to go look at cards. I'm there to buy stuff, and what I'm worried about is I'm gonna get like I'm like all about hanging out with guys, but I'm gonna do that when the show's over, at night. Not I don't want to do that during the day. Other than hey, what's up, dude? Help me find some cards for my 3 decade set or what? No, just how do you juggle all of that, Mike?
Well, that's where it becomes really hard to make videos because you're just running around doing many things. Like for you, you get that head start on Wednesday because I don't think there'll be a tremendous amount of people from the community.
Right.
On Wednesday, I'm not saying there won't be anyone, but you should be able to get that head start. I would honestly think the same thing for early Thursday. I mean, based on past experiences, I feel like most people arrive Thursday or even Friday, just depending on when they're available. But I think for me last year, I know at one point I decided I was like, listen, I told everyone I was like, listen, we'll hang out, but I just wanted to walk the entire show. I just walked every table, glanced a little bit. I didn't even look super seriously at anything, but you definitely need to take time to do that type of stuff, for sure. I mean, people are going to want to take breaks and get something to eat and stuff like that while the show's going on. People are going to want to hang out. It's cool to make some videos during that process as well inside of the show. But I think a lot of the hanging out happens, once the show is over for the day as well, which is one of the great things about Chicago. I think it's why Chicago is, from what I can tell, the most popular of the venues just because of the location of the show and the hotel surrounding, where people could stay in 20 different hotels, but everyone can walk and hang out in one hotel lobby. So I don't know how Cleveland's going to work out. I feel like people are going to be a little more spread out for sure.
Right.
Not that you can't all meet up in one particular place. There's no doubt you can do that. It just might be slightly more challenging. But
there's
it depends. If you're
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, if your head's buried in a box, you're busy with that. But you'll see people. I ran into the same people so many times last year. It's like, hey, just give like a little heads up while you're looking at things. But some people will just walk around and watch you buy stuff. Like, that can happen a little bit too.
That's cool. I just forgot what I was going to say. Hey, Dustin Bellinger, what's up, man? Congrats on 1 year on YouTube, man. You're getting a lot of video responses for your contest. Have you done one yet, Ray, for DB?
He's the next one I'm doing. I just did Dead Guy Cardboard that I'm uploading now, and then Dustin's next on the list. Yeah, congratulations, Dustin. It seems like a lot longer than a year. And that's how it always seems when tubers come on. Like when I hit my 1 year, it seemed like a couple years, and I'm closing, and I just hit 3 years. And it does seem a lot longer for anyone. But back to the national, I just want to make sure it also, like what I was saying to you the other night, everyone should have a list with them of if you see a certain card at a certain table, and just write down the card and the aisle and the row and dealer table that you're at, so that if you want to go back, you know exactly where to find it. In Atlantic City, I wasn't doing that, and I was spending hours trying to remember who had this particular card that I wanted to scare with if I saw it at another table, and I spent most of my time running around looking for it. So that could be a freaking nightmare without writing down exactly who has what and where.
Yeah, you can get lost quick.
Oh, yeah.
I certainly recommend, you can even use technology like your camera to take a picture of a location so you can kind of figure that way. But I don't know, it can be overwhelming. What I've told people too, even if you say, for me, I don't know exactly what time I'll get in Thursday. It all kind of depends on the draw. If I'm hoping to get there mid-afternoon, so I would have a few hours at the show, because even if it's only a couple hours, I like getting in there just to kind of take the edge off in a way.
Sure.
if you've never been to a national, you're certainly going to be completely overwhelmed. Even if you've been to them, you're still going to walk in and you're just going to look around. You're going to take 20 seconds and just go, holy Lord, is this place huge. And there's just so much to see. So I think there's something to that, just kind of taking it in, taking a little walk. And I know, like you mentioned in your Nationals video a couple of weeks ago about, if you see something super rare that's for your collection, if it's something that's that tough to find, there's probably other people looking for it. You do want to jump on it. But it all depends on what you're looking for. If you're into the modern stuff, I think you can certainly shop around quite a bit. But some of that, older stuff or the super rare things, if you have, the bat knobs or any of the crazy highly collectible things, you certainly want to make sure you know where it is. You might want to work out a deal as soon as you can.
Yeah, if you're looking for Reese Hoskins rookies, they'll be all over the place, and Aaron Judge and all that kind of crap, Gleyber Torres, whatever.
Franco.
But if you want
Franco will be in $2 boxes, so
right,
it's Ray and it's going to start super collecting Michael Franco.
He's a good player.
Are the Phillies winning tonight? Just kidding. There's no baseball today.
They're not losing.
Dude, did y'all watch Smitty's video earlier? That was cool. He's on, and that was a cool video he did with Nate. Well, the video itself the quality of the video wasn't terribly good, but the content of the video.
It probably would have been better if he just filmed it and uploaded it. I think he was on live, so it must have been a bad signal, but that was pretty cool with Eric Burns.
Yes. I've gotten some requests, by the way, speaking of live videos, to do some live stuff at the show, and I'm worried about the spotty cell like in Cleveland last time. My cell phone didn't even work in the convention center, so I've heard they got Wi-Fi now, so that'll be cool. But we got
the problem is there'll be like 10,000 people checking prices on eBay and
yeah,
other people on social media. So I'll put it this way. I have a list of things I want to do and things I'm going to do. I'm certainly going to put up a lot of content. There will be a lot of it that goes up after the National, which, I prefer to get it up the day of, but unfortunately I don't have enough remote technology to make that happen because I'm a desktop fan as opposed to a laptop fan.
right.
But that being said, there will certainly be recap videos via the cell phone, I would say every night. And that's something that you get at the National. Last year, I remember, you're exhausted at the end of the day. It's late as can be. It's night. You're laying in bed. But before you go to sleep, you're sitting there checking out everyone's recap videos. And I'm sure people who aren't at the National will look forward to them as well. But I'm sure there'll be some live stuff at the hotels for sure.
What's up, Snoop? What up, Egg? Dystemic?
So I wanted to touch base, Mike, on a different topic because since I'm not going to the National, I really don't want to talk about it anymore. So
you are going to the National. It's 2 years longer than everyone else.
Yeah, 2 years is when everyone will have. I wanted to talk about the 2011 Topps Update Mike Trout rookie in a PSA 10. The card recently, well, it actually last year, it took off last year, and he got off to a great start. And my question is to people watching and people listening, the card has exploded this year. It's going in the Gem Mint 10, it's going for over $600, $650. Do you sell the card now, or do you hold on to it with thinking, thoughts, and aspirations, thinking that it's going to continue to grow? My thought is, whenever you have a current player that is doing well and explodes like that, the tendency, in my opinion, is to sell it because the guy could break his leg, break something, in this day world with social media, anything can happen at any time. And all of a sudden, case in point, Mark McGwire, 20 years ago exactly this year, was the year of the Sosa McGwire race, and his rookie card raw was going for well over $250, and now it's in the $5 box because of controversial situations that happened to him. Not to say that that's going to happen to Trout, but my point is making that when a card like that reaches, especially a card that, which is really mind-boggling, it's not an autographed card, it's not a rare card. The pop on it is extremely high. There's a couple thousand of those cards, so that in itself is kind of mind-boggling that it's going for $650. This time last year, it reached $300 and $400, and people were going crazy, and now it's over $650.
I'm actually looking. I'm looking up the Trout pop right now. 11,626 have been graded.
Right.
There are 8,056 tens. That's a ton of tens. There's no way that card should be worth $600. No way.
And the asking price on it, a lot of people are asking $700-800, but the sold price has just been minimum high 500s, 580 to around 650. I mean, this is the whole thing that is the real tough thing when it comes to collecting. You know, you buy a card, you see it grow, and all of a sudden it takes off. Do you throw the dice and take the chance and you sell it now? And then what if he does become Mickey Mantle? What if he keeps playing great? He's only 26 years old. And he continues, and then it reaches 1,000, it reaches 2,000, it reaches God knows why. 5 years from now, then you're kicking yourself and you sold it at $600. Or do you hold on to it? And like I said, then because he's still playing, anything can happen. Where all of a sudden he breaks his leg. In my opinion, guys like Kershaw and Trout, just if they retire today, are not Hall of Famers. Just because they've had great years in the short time. They don't have any milestones. They don't have any World Series.
Kershaw would be a Hall of Famer right now.
I disagree, because he doesn't have nowhere near even 200 wins. I mean, the only guy that, to me, that was ever deserving of that had no milestones was Sandy Koufax, and that's the left arm of God. You know what I mean? Well, the Kershaw, to me, is not Sandy Koufax, and he doesn't have anywhere near the numbers. You got to have some sort of ramifications of milestones. You got to have 3,000 strikeouts or very close to it. We're close to 300 wins, and in this day and age, pitchers are not going to smell 300 wins. So Kershaw, I would even make an exception if he got to 275, and he's nowhere near that. So in my opinion, if he retired today, he's got the awards, but 10 years, he doesn't even have half the milestone numbers. In that case, then we should put Bo Jackson in, who dominated for 4 or 5 years. He has nowhere near the numbers, but he was awesome. You see my point? Like, to me, you got to have some of the numbers, and that's why it's mind-boggling to see something like a Trout rookie going for several $100 right now, and people are spending it. It's just like, it's crazy. I don't, in my opinion, my thoughts are, I would get rid of it, but you're scared to, because what if he continues, and what if the thing continues to grow and grow and grow? It's just, that's the I don't want to use the word fun, but I guess that's the fun in the collecting business of you go into it buying this guy with thoughts of, yeah, you want to see him grow. Well, whenever I see a current player grow, my first thought is don't pick. Because I see so many guys that took off. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Juan Gonzalez, these guys put up phenomenal numbers, and their values were going up and up and up, and then things happen, either injuries or off-the-field situations, and then they're $5. So that's what my thought is. I wanted to ask everybody out there, if you have that Trout rookie in a tent, and you see what it's going for right now, do you hold on to it, rolling the dice thinking that it could collapse tomorrow, or would you get rid of it? I mean, what would you do?
Are you asking me or Mike?
Yeah. You.
Well, let me tell you this before I answer that question. I've been trying for 3 days to buy a Max Scherzer Gym Mint 10 2008 Tops Update, and I keep getting outbid. It's going for like $125, $130. That's just crazy.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
And especially a pitcher, I wouldn't do it because pitchers are way more susceptible to having injuries.
Case in point, Clayton Kershaw.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
And I think I think Scherzer's a better pitcher than Kershaw, in my opinion. But that's just an opinion. And he doesn't have the numbers either. People are just looking at wow, look what he's done in 8, 9 years. He's got 3 Cy Young Awards. He's been the best pitcher in baseball. But again, Hall of Fame to me is all about numbers. It's all about career stats. I don't want to see just because he had a real short-term domination for 8 years, but he has nowhere near the numbers. If that's what we're going to start doing, then, why isn't Kurt Schilling in, who's got 3,000 strikeouts and over 220 wins? Why isn't Mike Mussina in with 275? But if Kershaw retires, he gets in with 150 wins. Just because he dominated more than Mussina, Mussina has way better numbers because he played longer. There has to be something to it with how long you played. If you played a short time and you dominated in a short time, shouldn't qualify you to get in. You got to have career numbers. That's first and foremost.
So I guess to answer your question, I would not sell the Trout because A, I don't need the money, and B, I don't need the money. So I don't invest, this hobby is not an investment for me. It's a hobby, and yes, I want it to be worth money. I'm not saying I don't want my cards to just be worth zero, but I think Mike's even expressed this almost exactly the same way I feel about it, is the money part of it. I'd buy every card for $1 if I could find it. I don't care what it's quote unquote worth. I like the history that it represents and being a collector by nature. So
right.
It's cool that they're worth more money, or great, but I would hold the Trout is my simple answer. Mike, what would you do?
Well, I didn't jump on a Trout right away, which I wish I would have jumped and bought a few of them a couple years ago. That would have been pretty stellar, but unfortunately I didn't. I did, however, pick one up last, I want to say in December, and got it for around $280. And had eBay bucks or had some kind of deal, like 15% or whatever. So obviously I got it even at a better price than that. And I have no desire or intention to move it at the current time. So that's the way I feel about it. I mean, we'll see. Obviously it is a modern card. That's true. And there's a lot of Gem 10s out there.
There's a lot of them, yeah.
It depends what happens because, they're not producing more of that card. And I think that card is so unbelievably iconic and popular. Not to say that people aren't going to find them in comment boxes from time to time, but most people, Mike Trout is not even as popular as he could be. He's incredibly popular in this hobby, and he's incredibly popular among baseball fans. But in terms of regular star, when compared to other athletes, he's still has plenty of room to grow. But in this hobby, everyone knows about that, so people are finding their Trouts and getting them graded and all that stuff, of course, due to the value. So
speaking
I know there's a lot out there, but I don't think people are going to be finding them. And
speaking in terms of popularity, Mike, not to interrupt, but did you see the comments that Rob Manfred said about Trout today?
No.
I saw some of it, and I saw that the Angels had responded. Here's my thing about Trout, and again, listen, he's an active player, he's a current player, and I understand that. And anything could happen, get injured. We all know that. My argument's been, and I know people have made different videos, and I've responded here and there. He's still 26, and again, has a long way to go. He's only been playing this is like his 8th season or whatever. If you look at his total numbers at age 26 right now, the guy has 226 homers, 1,144 hits, 306 career hitter, 180 stolen bases. And if you start looking at some of the analytics stuff and all the WAR stuff, similar matters, all those tools that our friends at Baseball Reference have, if you look at the comparative list, the top 10 everyone else on that list is a Hall of Famer.
Mhm.
Things can go south. Guys might not continue. But I think what some people still don't even understand, yes, he's the best player in baseball right now, and yes, he's in line to potentially be one of the best players of all time. He still has a ways to go to get there, but if he can continue on this path for the next 5 to 10 years on top of these current numbers, and then if you get those 5+ years of,
Here's the other thing, though, too, with Trout. He doesn't have championships. Staying where he's at right now is also hurting him. And I can't believe Manfred's confidence of saying that he's blaming Trout for not marketing himself. Trout's doing what he's supposed to be doing, and that's playing ball.
Yep.
It's not his job to market himself. That's Major League Baseball's job to market him. And they do a lousy job of marketing, not only him, but a lot of their players. I mean, you look at superstar NBA players and NFL players, they're all over the place. Billboards, snack food commercials. You hardly see a Major League Baseball player on commercials or advertisements or anything. So Manfred, to me, is totally out of line for saying that Trout, it's his fault for not marketing himself. The guy is doing his job. I don't know if he means by not marketing himself that he maybe should be more accessible to fans and do shows, which would be great, by the way. He should come to the Philly show in September. And sign autographs, maybe that's what he means, but still, this is one of the best players in 40, 50 years that really people don't know about. A lot of people don't know about him. And that's not his fault. That's Manfred's fault. That's Major League Baseball. They don't promote their players. And those numbers that they always point out in a somewhat different topic, they're always doing comparisons of this guy, his point of his career, with this guy, his point of his career. I've seen tons of players that not only were on point, were ahead and totally flopped. That's why it's mind-boggling to see his rookie card at where it's at right now. And I'm looking at it like, wouldn't that be a smart thing to do, to sell his card and use that for vintage stuff like a Banks rookie or a K-Line, where the guy's already a Hall of Famer, and then put that towards something that you can watch it grow, rather than something.
I think it all depends what happens, because Trout is incredibly popular in this hobby. He has room to grow outside of baseball fans. But, I mean, I think popularity of a player is every bit as important as what they actually do on the field. I mean, if you look at pre-war stuff, nobody knows who any Hall of Famers are pre-war. No one cares. 99% of people don't care. Obviously, their stuff is worth a lot, but that's because it's extremely rare if it was made in the same amount as... So it's all kind of relative. So if Trout continues on this pace, he's going to be everyone's number one guy.
Which I kind of find hard to believe, because to me, in this hobby, look at all the big iconic cards. They're all Yankees. Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle. They're all Derek Jeter. And now Aaron Judge, that just so happens to be a Yankee. And they have championships to back him up. Trout's in them, and even though he's in Los Angeles, he's on the wrong Los Angeles market team, which is the Angels. They don't have marketability. The Dodgers have more marketability. It's mind-boggling that his card is up to this value, but he does, if he keeps staying where he's at and doesn't move to a franchise like the Yankees or the Red Sox or San Fran or Philadelphia or Chicago and start winning 3-4 championships, to me, the Jeter SP rookie is more iconic than the Trout rookie, because he was a captain. He played for his whole career with the same team. He played for the Yankees, and he won 5 championships. Trout hasn't won even a playoff game yet. Not to knock him for it. It's not his fault. It's just, in this hobby, it's all about not only how great you are. I mean, Nolan Arenado could be the best third baseman of all time, and his card will do nothing because he plays in Colorado. Mike Trout plays for the Angels. And it's just, that's why when I see something like this, in my opinion, I see kids in the LCS store, and they ask me questions about, hey, what about Carson Wentz? I dump it. Don't dump the card. Use the money and buy vintage. It'd be a better thing to do, in my opinion. Like if you have a Trout rookie right now and that thing is exploded, any current player like that, and it's exploded, I would give advice to people to move it, use that money for something else. And then I know what people are saying, look how great he is, he could do even better. He could be phenomenal. But there's always that 50-50 chance where, and he's already had 2 injuries in the past 2 years. He had an injury last year, he had a finger injury this year. There's so many things that could happen. It's such a risky thing to hold on to a current player when he explodes in value. And when anything can happen overnight, especially, like I said, his marketability.
If anyone in the chat is looking for a quick Trout rookie, there might be one available.
For who?
Philly. If anyone's looking for Mike Trout,
yeah, because you'll sell it.
There might be one available for sale in Philly.
No, not necessarily. I don't know.
What'd you pay for yours, Ray?
$100.
Okay, I'll buy it for $200. I'll double your money.
Nah.
All right.
I'll buy it for $300 and sell it tomorrow for $600.
Nah. I mean, it's just, and that's how it's always been for me from back in the late 80s and early 90s when I would buy cards and then all of a sudden I'd see it like skyrocket. My first thought was never to get rid of it. My first thought was, oh, it's going to continue that way. No, it never has. I've never seen a player of all the hot rookies that came out in 88, 89, 90. I mean, even Ken Griffey Jr., the 89 Upper Deck, which is the first set of Upper Deck, card number 1, Hall of Famer. There's thousands of that card graded in a 10, and he never won a championship. And, at best it might have gone up a little bit, but it's, people see it like, well, there's so many of them.
You can get it for $400.
So the card,
you can get a PSA
like
10
$400
for $400.
So I don't know. To me, I always looked at vintage was the way to go because there's less of those, and there's going to continue to be less of those. And whenever I see a current player go through the roof like that, it gets scary. Like you hold on to it and think that it's going to continue to rise, or no, it might. There's a good chance it won't. But that was my rant on the Trout.
All right, stop.
I think just to close out my point real quick, my point with what he's done so far and what he could do is if he is a legendary top 5 all-time player, that's where the value will increase and hold. I think everybody wants everyone to be one of the best players of all time. I feel like that's what goes on with all these rookies, right? Everyone sits there and it's a new hot rookie or hot rookies every year, and people are jumping on him and investing in him because they think this guy's going to be one of the best ever. And then at some point people go, oh, he's a really good player, but he's not a best player, and then it's going to drop down. And not everyone can be one of the best of all time, and that's what you see. There are guys that do become that, though, like the Derek Jeter. I'm sure that 93 SP, I'm sure 10 years ago, some people were like, I'm going to dump this, and then boom, it continues to go up. He's a legendary Hall of Fame player.
The thing is, though, on the Derek Jeter,
you can say the same thing with Tom Brady stuff. I mean, his crap is just going up and up and up over years because at some point you realize, oh, this guy isn't just another good quarterback. This guy is an all-time great. No matter what your feelings are on the guy, he's a Hall of Famer, and in the discussion is one of the top players in that position. Yards. So that's my point on Trout. And we'll see, maybe he slows down and he stinks for the next 10 years. If he is great, then he's got a lot to work with already at this point.
I don't think greatness is going to have anything to do with the value of his card, though. The Jeter SP rookie and the Gem Mint 10, there's 10 of them graded at 10.
Is that
Whereas
it?
the Trout,
a really sensitive card.
right, because That's the reason. It has to do with rarity, market where they played, which is New York, championships. The Trout is, like Mike said, there's 8,000 of those in the Great Gen Mint 10. Whereas the Jeter, there's literally 10 of them, 12 of them in the Gen Mint 10. And that card's going for $40,000.
Nope,
in
just
a Gen
sold.
Mint 10.
One just sold a Gen Mint 10 Jeter. I'm looking at it right now at PWCC auctions, $99,100.
There you go. And that's because of the rarity. It has to do with the rarity. It has to do with the market he played in, and it has to do with he won championships.
I'm sorry, but
Trout's
that's just
genuine.
batshit crazy. $99,000. That's freaking
Right.
nuts. I think that was the first time I've cussed on video.
When it comes to investing, a lot of it has to do with where the player plays, how rare is the card, and how successful he is, not only in individual stats, but how successful he is in winning championships. Bottom line. That's,
Winning a championship certainly helps, but obviously the Yankees are always going to be the most marketable team. There's people, across the world buying Yankee stuff, so obviously that's going to be a boost for anybody.
Right. That's
Derek Jeter had the exact same career in San Diego. His card for $99,000.
Exactly. His card was being the dollar pin box. Totally agree. The market, like Tony Gwynn, one of the best. Oh my God, there's a great example. Tony Gwynn, rookie. The guy is one of the best hitters of all time. He did make it to 2 World Series. He lost them both, but playing in San Diego, that's a perfect example. That guy's his rookie card. You can get a Gen Mint 10. I don't know, Mike. How much is a Gen Mint Tony Gwynn? Like $100, if that.
No, it's more than that.
200 maybe.
It's more than that, but I'll look it up right now.
I think it's time to send this back to Baseball Collector since we're on this channel. I feel like me and Ray have just been laughing for like 20 minutes straight.
I don't.
Oh, Mike, you're still here?
I'm only doing y'all's dirty work, looking up cards for you. I actually don't. I don't care, man. People just enjoy, I think, hearing us shoot the bull. It doesn't matter who's talking. $500 for a 10 of Tony
That's
Gwynn.
not bad.
That's a lot, actually. That's more than I would have thought. Yeah,
it actually is a little more than I thought. Yeah.
Consistently over $500, which I think it's more. You're seeing a lot more grading. Grading's becoming way more important, and as I'm doing this whole 3-decade set and looking for all these vintage cards, I can tell you that the market is going bananas right now on vintage. A card that even a few months ago was $100 is now $200, and it's just ridiculous to me. A Tony Gwynn 83 Topps rookie PSA 10. It's because there's more and more people wanting to own Gem Mint rookies, but I'll take a 9 all day for, let's see what a 9 is. Probably a 10th of the price. So
I think a 9 is under $100.
It's $60. So you've got,
Yeah.
I can have a Gem Mint 10 for $500 or a mint, get that word there, mint card and a 9 for $60. I'm going to choose the 9 every day of the week. In fact, I think it's stupid. Is it all registry that's driving that, or is it, what is driving that?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I think the registry has a lot to do with it. Like we've said before, the registry is like crack.
Yeah,
and it's all about stature, I guess, in that ranking or whatever, and you want to get the 10s. And I think a lot of it has to do with the registry. A lot of it has to do with people want a 10 because they think it's definitely gonna just go up more value than a 9. And some cards, it's some cases, it's really mind-boggling the difference between one number from a 10 to a 9 to a 9 to an 8. Perfect example is the 80 Tufty Henderson. That card in a 9 is like a $400 or $500 card, and a card in an 8 is under $100. It's like drastically drops just in one number. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, somebody said, Ray Salvis just said, 10s are an investment, and I agree with that. but again, I'm not doing this. I just want a really good example of a Tony Gwynn rookie. So mine's only an 8, by the way. I only have an 8, so I don't even have a 9.
Yeah, I have an 8 too.
And it's like, okay, do I really need to upgrade that to go one grade higher and spend $60 that I could spend on other stuff that I don't have at all? You know, so for me, I'm like, all right, my 8's just fine. I don't need a 10. I don't know. Mike's not on that crack. He doesn't do the registry stuff, so.
I've been filling it out with my dad's been. I've been helping him buy some Hank Aaron's. He wants the whole basic top set. So in my little registry thing, which is like a partial 89 top set, I've been adding his Aaron to it. Just doing it at first just to use it as a checklist, basically.
Right.
The last few I keep forgetting to enter, and now I'd have to go find out what those numbers are to put them in. But I think he only needs like 3 of them. He needs the rookie, which is obviously a little pricey, and then 74 and 75. But he kept going. I kept trying to explain to him. I was like, I should have told him to go watch your guys' videos. I was like, just buy the grade for the year. Do your little collector's grade trick.
It's a good trick. It keeps you from spending way overspending for cards that look really good. Y'all have seen some of the stuff I've been showing lately. They're good looking cards, and they're 6s, 7s, and 8s for 6 cards in the 60s or the 50s or 70s. God, why do I need to spend 10 times as much for? Dude, there's 35 people watching us. What the heck are they thinking? But I can't believe there's that many people.
Nothing on TV tonight.
I guess so. There's no baseball. We've been.
Well, the AAA All-Star game was on, but.
Oh, whoopie! Oh, now we're down to 34. Somebody just said Mike offended me. Oh, now 33. See, now we're losing him.
No, it's because stupid Ray. It's all Ray's fault because he just went and told him to put on the AAA All-Star game. Thanks, Ray.
Golly.
It's in the rain delay.
Yeah, the whole thing with the grades, like obviously the better grade, the better. It's great. But what I told my dad was like, listen, if it's a 70 card, you get at least a 7. If it's a 60s, get a 6. But just look at the card and make sure you're happy with the card. For me personally, specifically with the vintage stuff, like centering is what I care about the most.
Same here.
Willing to buy some that are lower grade. I've been looking at like Ted Williams cards, like the 57 tops and the 51 Bowman. And like, I just want it to be well centered. I really don't care about, obviously I don't want it to have some kid drawing mustaches on them either. That's obviously very important. But like, I'm just into centering with the vintage stuff. I don't even care as much about the corners. If the corners are a little soft, oh well. But it's all about the eye appeal. It's got to be something you're happy with.
Totally agree.
Your brother's like,
hey man,
who watches this crap?
No doubt. That's my twin brother. Look at him. He's having a good time with me. So who was it? Falsey, I think. Falsey said a great point. He said PSA 10s are like perfect 10 girls. They're just out of our league. And that is so true on most cards.
To me, when it comes to the 10s and buying the 6, 7, it's just a preference. It depends on why you're doing it. If you're doing it for fun and you don't care about the resale value, then yeah, absolutely. Then you get 6, 7s, and 8s. If you have intentions, or maybe you don't have intentions, but you think maybe down the line. And for me, it's actually more of an investment. And I'll tell you why. I have my son, Ray, that maybe he might want to sell it down the line, maybe years from now when I'm long gone, and he wants to sell it. It'd be, something for him. And the higher the grade, the better for him. If it wasn't for that, I really wouldn't give a crap about, getting a 10 versus getting a 7. It would be more so just for the fun of it. And a lot of people say, oh, I don't do it for the investment. I do it for the fun. To me, I think everybody has part of it is an investment. It has to be. There has to be some sort of, even if it's 50-50 right down the line, some of it has to have some sort of intention of you don't want to buy something that if you did have to get rid of it, you don't even get your money back on it. You want to at least get, like how we say, collector grade and investment grade. With the collector grade maintaining the value where it's not really going to go up, but you're not going to lose anything on it either. I think those are great. It's a great idea that there's something that you can get right there. If you want to get a collector grade and still get affordable and still have a great grade, that's way to go too.
Yeah. We got a question.
Obviously, you're spending.
It's okay. We got a question from the audience, but Mike, go ahead and make your point, and then we'll answer Zombie Collector's question.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that obviously investment is a part of it. I feel like you've talked about this before, Mike, and I know I've mentioned it. Like, you don't want to collect crap that nobody else wants. You know, you don't want to collect stuff that worthless. So, I mean, I'm collecting for fun, for the love of the game. There's layers to it. So I collect cards because I collected cards when I was younger, so it's nostalgic in a way. I like the history of the game. I like seeing how cards have evolved. I like the artwork. I like the look of the cards. I do like autographs. I'm into them as well. You know, you like doing a little bit of everything with this hobby, for me specifically, and you're collecting this stuff for enjoyment, number one, and for fun. But of course, if you're putting money, time, energy, and effort into it, obviously you want it to have a value. So when I make purchases, I always have that in the back of my mind. Well, if I need this up, what can I do? So I have an understanding of the value of the stuff I have, and it doesn't have to be stuff for 50 years. You know, you can buy stuff and collect it, and just have an outlook for what's this going to look like in 5 years, 10 years. It doesn't have to be 40 years from now. So obviously investment is an aspect of the hobby. It just, unless you're in business for it, it shouldn't be the main aspect. Obviously, if that's your livelihood, well, of course, it's going to be number one on your list. But otherwise, it should be a part of it. You shouldn't just dump money and spend time on stuff that is going to end up in a dumpster someday.
Right. Mom, I have to ask you a question. What is this about? You stole Matt's Will Clark's?
Dude, I didn't steal his Will Clark's. He is. And hey, Will Clark isn't worth diddly now, so he can have them, whatever he wants. But
yeah, man, just take those Will Clarks and send them to him. He'll sign them for you. Great TTMer.
True. Okay, so we got a question from Zombie Collector, and I think it's worth talking about. He says, and this is more of, I think, a YouTube channel question, like when we're doing our channels. Do you stay away from topics that might be polarizing from your respective channel? Well, I'm going to answer first, and I'll let you guys answer. Dude, I talk about cardboard, so I'm not going to sit here and talk about, I'm not talking about politics or religion, or I'm not going to talk about whatever that douchebag was for the Mariners, Hater, whatever his name was, right? Or not the Mariners, the Brewers, the Hater, all the Hater stuff today.
You don't even know what team he's on.
Yeah, but I'm not going to get into a video about any of that stuff. I'm not making, political commentary or social commentary on my channel. I'm showing cards of men in tight uniforms. That's already, sketchy as it is. And so, to me, do I try to stay away from topics that could be polarizing? I don't try to. I just have no interest in talking about it on here. I have an opinion on just about everything. If you want to see me at the National and ask me about it, great. But I'm not going to spend time on my channel. My channel is dedicated to my hobby.
Right.
So,
especially the channel is based and geared towards, sports memorabilia.
What you're saying is we're not going to get in a discussion about global warming or something else that upset people.
And
or Donald Trump.
I hope.
Listen.
Yeah, I mean, I hope that's what he was wanting to know. But
I remember. I think someone was upset one time when I showed off I showed off a PSA order, and I had some Donald Trump cards that came up, PSA Gem Mint 10s, and someone wasn't too happy about it. And then someone else wasn't happy when I showed off the Obama PSA Gem Mint 10 from Topps Now that came
Oh,
up.
God.
You know, yeah, you try and stay away from stuff that'll upset people, but you're also, again, involved in a hobby that no one should be getting upset. I think the most I've ever said that upset someone other than showing those two cards off is maybe occasionally I made a crack at the New York Mets organization, but as a Phillies fan, what you expect?
We're from Philly.
Like, sorry.
Yeah, and if I bitched about the Yankees or the whoever,
The Fanatic's better. Mr. Mets a dope.
right?
I don't even know what is that Met mascot? What is that thing with the big baseball head?
It's Mr.
Oh
Met.
my God.
It's Mr. Met.
I definitely go with the what's the Rangers mascot? The horse guy.
Yeah, it's Rangers
Mr.
captain.
Met, I don't even know his name.
Rangers captain. His name's Rangers
I
captain.
didn't even know you had a mascot. I
The
didn't
only
even
reason
know.
I remember is from when we were opening those opening day cards. I think it was on Wesker Griff's channel, and I think we got the Rangers captain. I couldn't remember what his name was, but we got him in a pack. And it was never sent to Baseball Collector, even though that video was promised to be.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. You can give it to me at the National. Well, guys,
I think it was Ed's, so okay.
we've been on over an hour. I'm sure that, you know, we've bored people enough tonight. Why don't we call it a night? We'll do this again soon. Probably not before. Well, we might do it before the National. We'll see. It'll just make Ray feel bad because he's not going. But I really appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate Ray and Mike hanging out with us and having a good time. Man, we're what, 15 or 14 days from the National right now, right? 14 days away.
Yeah.
So from the National
can't
starting. Yeah. Ray, how many more days for you?
14 plus 365, so 760, about 800 days.
Okay. Well, everybody, I really appreciate you hanging out with us. Mike, Ray, y'all want to say anything to everybody before I get rid of it?
Well, thanks to everybody for tuning in, and hope to do this again soon. It's a lot of fun. Shooting the bull.
Shooting the bull.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for inviting me along. Shout out to Destemic. He's on there. He's going to Boston in 7 days. Just
Nice.
sent him a package, so appreciate him checking out the channel continuously over the years, and everyone else who does as well.
All right, guys, y'all have a
What's
good
up,
one.
Snoop?
Everybody be good, and I will talk to you guys soon.
You guys take care.
See ya.